Hey, it's your girl Cassie King, and I'm coming to you live and in color. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you are notified every time your girl drop another video. If you are new here, what I like to do here is Bible tea parties, verse of the day, and we also do trending topics and key from time to time. As you can tell by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about the one and only Cardi B. Now, if you guys are on the live stream, thank you so much for joining in on the live. We've already went through a number of topics, but I wanted to talk to you guys about Miss Cardi B because she has appeared on a number of shows speaking about romantic delays and her ups and downs in her relationship. She also did a view with the Jay Shetty podcast that I wanted to show you guys some clips from pertaining to the actual relationship as well that she went through. Because you guys remember that I have been talking about Cardi B on a number of my videos about how she has a number of things happening with her. Now, the last video that I talked about is about Cardi B kind of going off, right? She had like this rant that was leaked to the internet. Somebody around her probably was recording or however it got leaked, right? And she just came right back out. She was like, you know what? At the time, I apologize. At the time, I was going on a rant and I was tripping, but I apologize. I'm not too proud. I'm not too proud to apologize, right? And I say that to say that we in that video, you could tell that Cardi B probably had a lot of bitterness in her heart and she probably was down bad mentally. And so she kind of is transparent with that in a lot of her interviews. And she kind of goes into detail about her romantic situation. Now, we ain't here to get into the lady business or nothing like that. But I do want you guys to, because y'all like to talk about y'all celebrities and y'all love y'all celebrities, but these situations are so relatable. No matter how famous, how rich you are, everybody deals with these. And because Cardi B is famous and very rich and very successful, I feel like her advice can reach someone on how she got through it. And then obviously I'm gonna give you guys a scripture to back up my opinion as well. Okay. So again, there was she I believe she was on the Jennifer Hudson show, where she basically kind of talked about her and Offset's relationship. Now, if you guys don't know this, her and Offset are still married at this time. He's kind of holding that over her head for some reason. After years of cheating and scandalous situations from him, Cardi B put up with a lot in this marriage. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I've seen some situations where the women in my family to put up with a lot of stuff with these men, trying to hold on to their marriage, try to hold on to these relationships, try to keep their family together, and the man just keep on trying, just keep on cheating, keep on that. And I feel like Cardi B went through this, but the difference between our families as regular people, or should I say people that are not as famous or not famous, she had this all out on Front Street. People was all in this lady business, and it was everywhere on the news, everywhere. She also talks about her current relationship with Stephen Diggs. As you guys know, if you guys don't know, I did a video on Stephen Diggs. He does have a situation that he need to address in terms of some SA allegations that he has against him with a former friend of his. And then also you know, Cardi B kind of goes into details on how she handled that and how that experience was for her. And because she has some supporters and stuff like that, I think that I wanted to talk to you guys about it and kind of give my opinion on the situation in terms of what she has to say. And I'm gonna give you guys some biblical advice as well. Because I feel like this is so common where we be dealing with so many different things, especially as mothers, right? We deal with the whole situation with the men that we're dating or the girl we're dating, and then somebody want to act like they got that wandering eye, and it's written in the word, gouge that eye out. Yeah, Offset should have gouged that eye out. He had a whole codeine problem. They said, now I don't know how true it is. I'm gonna do a video on that probably tomorrow. That he said he off that codeine now and said that he done got off the codeine. So God bless him for that. So we say. But since he done did so much lying and cheating, now how we know? How we know? You know what I'm saying? It's same thing with Cardi B. Should people be sitting up there trying to make it seem like Cardi B is just da 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 da? She is obnoxious, just like Nicki Minaj and a lot of other female rappers, okay? They real catty and very colorful individuals, right? But Cardi B, she was dealing with her situation with her husband. He was doing too much, all outside, cheating and this and the third. She had her like mental health, depression and stuff like that. Being a mom, trying to balance mom and work life, that's a lot. Then the kind of music that she makes has a lot of negative energy on it that can affect you. As well, you know, that low vibrational thing, that hypnotism thing that the engineers strategically put on there on the music, can affect your mental health as well, especially if you are the artist. And she was just dealing with a lot of things, family problems and stuff like that, being separated and all of that, and all this, and all of the things of the things. When you're fighting for your marriage and stuff like that, I can only imagine the kind of pain she was dealing with. So now that her, you know, her drama situation has taken place, it kind of gives you an idea of what she was dealing with mentally. That comes with all this. So if you want this kind of career, just know that this is what it comes with, and can you hang? Okay. But yeah, guys, I want to show you guys a quick little clip of Cardi B, and you guys comment down below and you guys tell me, can you relate? And what you have done to get out of a toxic situation like this. Again, Cardi B is still married. Offset is kind of like abusing their their marriage certificate for financial reasons, so they say. I don't know. I got to go do some more research. And then obviously she is in a new relationship with a new baby on the way, with a pro athlete who also has, you know, numerous women attached to him, and he has a life of his own that they have came together and put together as well. A lot of people was like, well, she better out messing with Offset, you know. So I don't know, but what I do know is I wanted to hear her statements on how she handled this experience, and hopefully it can inspire someone that may be going through something similar. So let me go ahead and play a clip for you guys from this interview. And I just went on ahead and got straight to the part that I wanted her to talk to you guys about, where it's basically how she kind of gets into her experience.
Tell me about that depression for you, as confident as you are, as bold as you are, to be so vulnerable. And I'm so sorry you went through that, but to be so honest and open about the fact that a year ago you were in this dark depression and it seems like the worst it had ever been.
Yeah.
What got you there? Why were you feeling so low?
It was just a lot of pressure from my career. And I also felt like my marriage, like I felt the love dying. From my end, from my end, from his end, I was very lonely because I chose to be lonely. I was saying, like, you know what? I can't go through this anymore. I have to put a stop to it. But when I said I was gonna put a stop to it, because you could say you're gonna put a stop to it, and you could go a month without being around somebody. It's not until you, it's not.
Go. Raise it up, I might just pause. Look at my feet, come kiss my toes. I move my waistline fast and slow. I do too much, yeah, I do plenty.
Keep your chest lifted.
When you say so, it's when your heart say so.
Mm-hmm.
I kept telling myself, I will not contact this person for a month. I will not give in. I will not forgive this easy. I will not go back. I will not go to the patterns. I will not go through it. But I was crying every day. I was hurt every day. I was out here in LA in a mansion by myself. I was thinking about it every single day. And when your heart is not done, your heart is not done. Then I told myself, I'm pregnant. I'm going to accept my flaws, the flaws that I bring in this marriage. I'm going to apologize for it, and I'm going to work on it. And when I take accountability and you take advantage of me taking accountability, and you take that as see, I know she'd be back, instead of me taking accountability and you taking advantage of that, it really just killed everything. And
And let me just say this. A lot of times men, I'm not going to just say men, I'm going to say people. A lot of times people, they are dealing with something internally. They have no ability to have any regard of what your intentions are when you continue to put up with a mess. They have no regard for it at some point, because in their mind, they're just dealing with who they are individually. They're being very selfish, very self-centered. They're only living in their own world. So a lot of times with, like Cardi B, she said, you know what? For the sake of my marriage, I'm going to take accountability for myself and what I may have caused for this to be bad. And so instead of her husband reflecting or mirroring that kind of technique or that kind of character, he went on ahead and just started taking advantage of that. Like, oh yeah, oh, I knew she was gonna come back anyway. We're married. We're supposed to be fighting for our marriage. We're supposed to be fighting to stay together. On top of that, she was pregnant. So comment down below if you guys have experienced that, where it's like, you know what, I'm dealing with a situation where we married. I want to work things out. I want to stay together. I want to keep this covenant with God. However, you cutting up, you doing this, you doing that. You know what I'm saying? And instead of me just giving up on all the years that we put into this, or giving up on all the love that we put into this, or finishing the suffering process, because again, she said that she was crying every day. She was trying to be strong and say, you know what, I'm not going to forgive him easily. I'm not going to give up on, I'm not going to right? But eventually she gave in because she wanted to be the bigger person, and it backfired. Okay? Comment down below if you can relate and how you got up out of that situation.
Was dying, I had a human growing in me. And I just kept thinking, like, it's like, what's life going to be without this person? What life going to be without raising my last child without this person? What's life going to be with that person not being my friend anymore, without nothing? When you have those type of thoughts, it will make you sad. It will get you depressed. It will have you lost. But I overcame that, and I am the strongest that, like, I have ever been. Like, I almost feel like, when was I ever my strongest? I felt my strongest when I was 22, 23, 24. That's when I felt like my strongest, and I was like living in a power. And that's how I feel right now. Like, I feel like I live in a power. And it took months for the heart to say, you're done, instead of my mouth and my brain. My heart had to be like, you're done. Because you could say it and you could take actions. But even if you take actions, if you're not done, you're not done. Like, I kept asking, like, around that time I was working with Shakira.
And that is very true. When you guys are trying, like with me, like I tell y'all, look, people ain't gonna get that about me. I tell you right now, get up out of there, leave, run, nigga, run. No, listen, let me tell you something. Sorry, don't pay no attention to that little guy that came out. When you are going through a process of separation, and you have to let your heart say, we done. Because you can go with your mind all the time, but you're going to always keep going back because your heart ain't finished yet. You have to be tired of being tired of being tired of being tired of when you was tired of being tired. And then be tired of that. And then your heart be like, okay, we done now. But if something, also too, that's another thing that I wanted to say too, real quick. If something that you put together that's not sent from God, it will never work. God will make you feel so uncomfortable in that situation. You can love all you want, but eventually your heart gonna wear out. If it's sent from God, no man will be able to take it away. Because marriage is a union between what God put together, and what God put together, let no man tear it apart. That's gonna be on both sides. It's gonna be a union between y'all two. Y'all both gonna be on one accord. Like something is trying to pull us apart. We can't allow that. But if it's not from God, you go through this like wear and tear situation. Comment down below if that makes sense, and am I making it make sense?
And I was like, how the fuck did you overcame this? Like, how did you overcame this? And it's like, it's going to happen. And it's like, it will never happen. And it happened. It took some crying. It took some thoughts, scary thoughts. But I'm here, honey.
Yeah.
I'm here, and I'm the strongest I've been, and I'm...
Hey, when you, I just got goosebumps. When you finally get over somebody, you become, it was like a version of you kind of like died. Like, because you don't have no idea, like when, like I think Tamara one of the twins, they went through a divorce. I always get them mixed up. I want to say Tamara. Was it Tamara? Tamara. Was it Tamara? Was it Tia? Somebody commented, which one was it? Anyway, her husband said he was down bad for a year, 360 days. He said 300 some days in a month or something like that. Anyway, he was down bad about their relationship for a year. He said that he was crying and stuff for a year. Some women, it take a month. Some women, it takes 6 months. Some men, it take a year. Sometimes it takes 6 months. Some people don't never get over that. And that's why I told y'all on one of my heartbreak videos, y'all go watch one of the heartbreak videos. I did a PowerPoint because heartbreak, your brain starts to mimic a heart attack. You have to go through that healing like as if you got hit by a car, like as if you just had a stroke or a heart attack. That process of therapy and renewing yourself, and a piece of you kind of dies a little bit. Like that version of you is irredeemable. You will never see that person, that part of you ever again. It gets replaced by something better. Yes, I would like to say. And you do become stronger. But child, that the way you get there and the process is it hurts. And that's why a lot of people go back, because they don't want to go through that process. They like, I'd rather just go back and be with my person because I'm just sitting here crying and da, da, da. No, finish crying and get it out your system, because if it's not of God, if it's not sent from God, it will never work anyway. You'll be suffering anyway, because God wants to protect his children, his daughters. Okay. Interview. She makes a couple fair points as well.
Mm-hmm. But it was hard.
I can tell. I can see it as I'm speaking to you. It's not easy, and I think those moments in all of our lives are the most difficult moments. What did you do for your mental health at that time? What did you do? What actions did you take? What did you have to do to keep yourself together and come back the strongest you are right now? I think there are so many people who are listening who've probably been through similar things, who feel broken, feel hurt, feel lost and confused. What worked for you that helped you come back to ever been?
I don't know if it was just time, because I kind of did a little bit of everything. Like I did do therapy. I did saw a therapist. She's really good, by the way. It was like on Zoom, and it was like I was telling myself, like, it's like, I can't believe I'm telling a whole stranger my feelings, my thoughts, my personal business for 3 fucking hours straight. I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? That just feels so weird.
Yeah.
I was there. I did therapy I did a couple of sessions. They didn't give me nothing. I was all spring, all summer recording. It just wasn't like enough. I just felt like I just had to let it die on its own. Let things die on its own. And the bad thing about it is that it's like, not only am I dealing with that's my personal life. I was also dealing with fans putting pressure on, because they want an album, they want products from me. I had people like me talking down on me, and then I had peers trying to start problems with me. And all of that while I was going through a mental fucking breakdown at home. So it was just a lot. It was like, I'm trying to work it. I'm trying to sleep it. After I gave birth to my daughter, my baby girl, I was just like, okay, take a break from work. And I was just going out every weekend with my friends. It was scary talking to somebody else and giving them a little piece of me, not just out my heart, just a little piece of me. But I overcame that. And that's why I feel like I just became a little bit more better, like just resetting.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that time is the ultimate reset. And time does have a healing power that the cliche of time heals all wounds.
But it's the truth.
But it's a cliche, because there's some reality in.
And you know what? Sound like I'm just a little bitter or whatever, but man, this is why you ain't got no business getting into relationships that's not ordained by God, because ain't nobody got time to be trying to get time. Like, come on, and it's easier said than done, but like, You have to sit up. You gotta really. This is why a lot of people, especially women, be bitter after relationships, because I done put time into this relationship, time, money, effort, whatever, love, whatever. That's never coming back. Now I also have to spend time getting over you to heal from this. I'm never getting that back. Nobody got time for that. That's why from now on, when you guys are dating, that's what I'm talking to myself. Just get the spirit of discernment. God, is this person for me? If not, please make it clear right now. The first 30-day cycle, because God will give you a clear sign and take the sign. Don't be like, oh, well, maybe that wasn't that. Take the sign and just run, because don't nobody got time for that. Don't nobody got time to be having to wait for time to heal from something that you already spent too much time on. Ugh, my stomach hurt.
That time and distance and
I'm crazy.
being patient enough. I was working with a client recently who was going through a breakup, and when we would speak in the first month, she would tell me every single day that she couldn't stop thinking about the guy she was breaking up with, that broke up with her. And then the second month, she'd tell me every other day. And then the third month, she'd tell me once a week.
Yeah.
And then the fourth month, she was just telling me once a month. And I was like, you don't see it, but I see that it's affecting you less and less and less as time goes on. But when it's you feel like you're just still stuck there. And so it's such a great reminder that time is the ultimate reset, and time does heal.
And just because time heal, like in the meantime,
let me tell you something. Like Cardi B be saying, she love to say that. She be like, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Okay, believers. Okay, ask God to expedite that. Seriously, ask God to expedite that. Ask God when as soon as he hurt your feelings, as soon as she hurt your feelings, as the moment. Listen, I'm telling you, run and snitch immediately. Go to God and say, Jesus, this person hurt my feelings. If they are not meant to be in my heart, take them out of my heart. That way you don't have to wait 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, a year and 6 months. Try to get that done within like a month, 2 months, friend. Oh, you moved on fast and did. Okay? Please pray for that. Please. Would you please? The moment that they hurt your feelings, go tell a tale. The moment, I mean, you better run and snitch. Jesus, that person hurt my feelings. If they are not for me, please remove them out of my heart. They should not be here. If they're not supposed to be here, please take them out. I know you can. You do everything else. You take it out. Take it out. Take it out. Run it, run.
Don't think that like you shouldn't like try to get help, because it's like therapy didn't really help me like that.
I didn't work for you.
Not as much. Well, maybe because I didn't get to the part of where you get the help.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did do it like 6 sessions. I don't know how long. Like sometimes when I give advice to girls, I be like, bitch, boss up, go to work, get pretty. But even when I was doing that, I had like a pain in my heart. And sometimes when I was going out with my friends and I was having a good time, it will always be like around 4:30 a.m. when it's time to go home. And I'm drunk and I'm thinking to myself, I am alone. I don't have nobody to talk to. And it feels really weird and it feels very lonely, especially when you're used to that.
And that's the thing too, because like what Cardi B, what she's saying, and listen to me, y'all comment, y'all chime in. She basically saying like her process of getting over him was turning up in therapy. I'm gonna tell y'all the process that I think would work is what I know to work is a mixture of both. Find something that's therapeutic and or therapy, whatever is in your budget, right? Find something that's therapeutic and or your budget or therapy. Read your Bible and pray. I'm telling y'all. Soon as that person hurts your feelings, don't go out into the club and now this is from my own personal knowledge, okay? Do whatever you got to do to get over a person, but I promise you that's not going to work. It's not going to work because all you're going to do is end up in a duplicated situation. From my understanding, I could be wrong, but I ain't been wrong yet. And when it comes to a situation where you in love and you got kids, but this is triggering me. when you in love and you have kids or you plan to have kids with this person has really somebody that you really love, like you poured into them, you need to go on and get that energy back. And the only person that can vindicate you, the only person that can make sure that you get the justice that you truly need, and the only person that can remove that person out of your heart, because this is a spiritual thing, this is an unseen thing. Like a heart attack, the surgeon can go in there and work on your heart. But a heartbreak, which is just like a heart attack, but it's more of a spiritual thing, a mental thing, God is the only one that can go in there and do all that kind of work. He got to go copy, paste, delete. So Cardi B, she said she was outside, but as soon as she get home for 4 a.m., which is witching hour, if you know, she back at herself by herself with her demons. Or with her pain, or with her whatever case may be, take it how it resonate, right? That's probably why therapy didn't work for her. It's just like when you are taking medication, right? You have to take the painkillers and the antibiotics. Because if you just take the painkillers, the infection's still gonna keep growing. And that's the same thing with getting over a heartbreak. From my experience, you have to do something therapeutic and the antibiotics, the healer. In my case, it's my HPGOD. I ain't gonna say it no more.
However, don't avoid that. Don't avoid that. But it will be time that will heal it. It will be time. Time just heals everything.
When you said again last week, you were saying when you put new music out, it was kind of the lowest you'd felt in another year.
Mm-hmm.
What's the hardest part for you to take that criticism? Because like you said, you're quick with it. You've got responses. You've lived in a place where you had people coming at you. Why is it so hard to put out something you love? It seems like you really put your heart into your work.
Yeah.
And so when you put that out, is that why the criticism hurts the most? Because you put so much heart and soul into your work?
And you know what? I feel some type of way too. Somebody said something about my little paintings. I be spending hours on my paintings, my little art.
It's like a lot. I don't I'm not a lazy person.
Mm-hmm.
And I do understand my flaws. Well, it's not really my flaws because a lot of people will say something about my accent, right? But it's funny because my accent to some people might be my flaw, but it's also my superpower. And what
I love her accent. I do. I love Cardi B accent, y'all. Y'all can't tell me nothing wrong with her accent. Listen, I love Cardi B. Let me tell you something. I love Cardi B accent. I do. I like her broken English. I do. Okay. I'm just one of them. Okay. Let me see what this say here. Mwah, thank you, sunshine. Listen, let me tell you something. Okay. Cardi B can't do no wrong in my eyes on this clip right here when it comes to what she's saying right here, because heartbreak is a mug. The only thing that I just don't want to support on this clip that we just watched with her, y'all go watch the full interview and support your ground, support the channel. That is with, again, Jay Shetty podcast. Okay. Y'all. Also too, he kind of remind me of, I'm not even gonna get on that right now, because then we gonna get off topic. Anyway, the only thing that I can say about Cardi B's process, I feel like the reason why it was prolonged is because she really need to get up on her knees and talk to Jesus. She should have went and snitched and told Jesus. Me personally, I think she should have went and did some tattletale. She should have went to the Father. I snitches. I goes to the Father. Hold on, you did what? Okay, watch. Okay, don't worry about it. I'm finna tell Jesus. That's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna tell Jesus. You did what? You crossed my boundary? Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and make a prayer call. Sometimes I'll be on hold too. I'll be like, okay, now I've been on hold. If I get my lick back, is that gonna, because at the end of the day, nobody's perfect, right? But I'm telling y'all, it helps. It helps. Get the spirit of discernment before you get into relationships, especially if somebody get on bended knee. Get the spirit of discernment. Father God, is this person for me? If not, show me a sign immediately. He will. If you are going through a breakup, whatever, where God is trying to, sometimes people be holding on to things that God is trying to pull apart. and you having a process and therapy ain't working, and you going to the club, and going to the club is fun and dandy until it's time to go home, and then here you is at witching hour all by yourself back in your feeling. That's a delay. That's a delay. You need to expedite that. Oh, my mama, gang. You need to expedite that. How do you expedite a heartbreak? How do you expedite therapy? Mental, spiritual therapy? You tell Jesus immediately, the moment it happened. Don't wait. It's just like when you get into a situation, somebody, you a kid, right? And you got good parents. And say you a little girl, okay, and you got good parents, and somebody at school, a little boy push you, okay, and you didn't do nothing to deserve that because you were being nice to this little boy, and then you go home and you tell your dad. You go home, you're gonna tell your dad. And then your dad gonna look at your brother and be like, where was you at? And then things are gonna be taken care of. And then that little boy gonna leave you alone. And he gonna leave you alone, and little girls like you alone. Just like, I don't know if y'all ever seen The Wood. It's an old movie from way back in the day. And Stacy came up there and beat up that little boy for smacking his little sister on the butt. And he gave him a good whooping. I bet you he ain't smacked no other little butts after that. Okay? God will be like Stacy. Okay, he will come over there and whoop on that man, and that man won't ever break another heart like that again. He won't ever, not at least not yours, like my mama say, not yours, not yours. Expedite that process. Talk about time heal. Ain't nobody got 6 months to a year to get over a good for nothing pig, according to what Jesus call them. We don't have time to begin. We don't have time. The 6 to 7. We don't have time. Like she said, she was like, she had to keep putting away her career, putting her career to the side because, you know, she was going through a heartbreak. And it was just like, she had to have more time to get over this. No, we ain't got time for that. You shouldn't have to get no 6 months to a year to get over a good for nothing pig or dog. Like the Lord said, and Jesus said, and this is what Jesus said, and it's written in the word. Don't share your sacred gifts with pigs and dogs because they'll trample all over it. You know, she went and she said, you know what, I'm going to try to correct myself, you know, and I'm going to go and show good, you know, character traits, and hopefully he can mirror that and we can work it out. A dog is a dog and a pig is a pig, and all they gonna do is trample all. If you give a dog pearls, what did Jesus say? Somebody go to the scripture and tell me what that is. It's written in the word. Go get it and comment down below. Goodness gracious, Susan, work it out. You give a dog pearl, what you think you're gonna do with it? You think the dog gonna say, oh, thanks, mom, I'm gonna put this in my bed, I'm not gonna chew on it, I'm not gonna tear it up? No, they're gonna be like, oh, this is a nice little chew toy. You see what she said? She said, oh, and then they take advantage, and then he took advantage of that. So that's going to tell you. And now look at this predicament that she's in. Now she said that therapy did not work because the number one, my romantic advice from my own personal experiences is, don't nobody got 6 months to a year to get over no dog or no pig. So tell Jesus, say the prayer, Jesus, expedite this process for me. Take this man up out of my heart. I got things to do. I got an album to drop. I got to go to work. I got to get back to my day job. I got to stream. I got to be whatever it is you guys to do to get back to doing what you guys to do, whatever it is that you guys to do, especially when it comes to your bread and butter. Ain't nobody got no 6 months to no year or above to be getting over no dog. So the Lord, he will come in and he'll get it about you within 30 to 60 days at best. You ain't gonna need all that time. Oh, I needed time. And then now she just dropped the album. Now she did just drop an album and do got a lot of negative energy on it because, again, she probably by the time she was making this album, she probably was going through all the stuff that she said she was going through internally, even if she felt like she was over it. And now that energy is on the album and she pushed that out to her peoples. I'm telling you, the devil don't play fair. Comment down below, you guys tell me what y'all think. And how do you guys feel like the best way to get over a relationship? In my opinion, I think that you need to do therapy or something therapeutic and with mixture of your HPGOD, your higher power. Okay. Mine is God, Jesus, and them, you know what I'm saying? Holy Spirit. And something therapeutic, which is my live streaming. And I also paint, and I also do a number of things. I'm a mother of many hats. Comment down below. You guys tell me what's the best technique to get over a heartbreak or divorce. And in this case, she can't even get divorced because he owns some other stuff. Listen, let me tell you, I'm gonna give him some time. I'm gonna get him together as well. Prayers go out to Cardi B. Let me show y'all something. The time. Everybody got time for that. Time. Romans 12, verse 9. Love must be sincere. Hate what is evil. Cling to what is good. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. Never lack in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor serving the Lord. Period. Be hopeful and be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Period. Okay? And that's that on that. And it's written in the word. And if you are dealing with a situation where you... What's up, D? Thank you, D. What's up, D? Thank you, D. And if you're dealing with a situation where you are currently going through a heartbreak, or you are currently going through a process or whatever case may be, I strongly, strongly encourage you to watch my PowerPoint videos of heartbreak. I'm going to put it in. I got to remember to put it in. Hold on. Where's my sticky notes? My heartbreak video, because I'm going to tell you what heartbreak is about and how it affects us. It mimics a heart attack. Okay. So your heartbreak video, I'm going to try to put that right here. And also go and watch my unforgiveness video as well. I'm also going to put that right here. Okay. I'm going to try to remember to put that right here. Okay. And if you are still processing that and you need to get some advice on that heartbreak and then unforgiveness, because I think another time, a lot of things too that be delaying our energy from becoming light, because again, that album that she had a lot of negative energy on there, was a lot of demonic energy. From my opinion, I got a lot of goosebumps, and I think that Cardi B might be dealing with some unforgiveness. Now that's just me speculating, but I do know for sure what I feel when some of those songs come on. Okay. Let me show you something. If you are dealing with a heartbreak, or you got somebody close to you dealing with a heartbreak, go watch those videos. But here, let me show you something real quick. Matthew 11, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart. You will find rest for your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Tattletale. Snitch. He said, come to me. I'll help you. I'll give you rest. I'll take care of it. He did what? Oh, okay. He didn't gouge that eye out. What you mean he didn't gouge that eye out? Oh, okay. So again, if somebody need that eye gouged out, if you need somebody to get that eye dotted, then you better go tell Jesus. It works for me. It worked for me. It worked for the women, the women in my family. I've seen I got some prayer warriors in my family, and guess what? It ain't been wrong yet. Ain't been wrong yet. It's your girl Cassie King, and I am out. If you're on the live stream, I'll be right back.